Absolutely. Drew Titan, Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. That's Painful Excellence Podcast. Let's get it. Like and share the video. Um, this has become, this topic has become a global phenomenon, and I'm not sure if people are paying attention. I'm old school, 49-year-old man. What's unfortunate is that today's generation, the generation that's been online, I can say we've been online high speed, in touch with the world for over 2 decades and some change now, right? And behavior online has become normalized, and it's actually a very dangerous thing, which is why I don't identify with 95% of the things that people do online. You know what I'm saying? It's bad. And I'm not a professional like our good queen in the chat, Cameron Fields. She's a professional. She can tell you though, and I can tell you. And if you're an adult and you just look at this thing on the outside, if you're on the outside looking in, I could be online, which is why I look at some of these people online. I'm like, what the F's wrong with you? And I realize that I'm on a different wavelength. People say things like the internet is not real. It's very real. People are telling you who they are by way of their comments. They could say the absolute worst things. You know what this is? You know what this is? The internet, right? Back in my day, it used to be a big joke to call someone's house and hang up, and call someone's house and say something profane. Normally it'd be your neighbor or someone you knew, and you just, joke around with them until they figured out it's you. But there's certain people that would get off on, the pervert that would call a woman's house and say like raunchy and nasty things to them. And it's like, why are you doing that? Because he's a sick individual. But those guys usually kept to themselves. They didn't leave the house, and they were limited to a phone call. And then when it got out of hand, the police were called, and guys were getting arrested for that. There was a thing in the 70s and 80s called flashes. You got to be a man of a certain age. Guys walking around with coats, and there was some women doing it too. They walk around with coats and they stand in front of somebody and flash, and boom, they're naked, and then they go running off. Those called flashes. You don't see that nowadays. I mean, there's certain weird stuff you see, but that was like a thing back then. Now everything's online, and basically the weirdos don't have to leave their house, but they can be in the basement of their parents' apartment, or of their parents' home, or they could be functioning, going to work and paying bills and coming home, but they have no social life. Their social life is like a $8,000 computer with multiple screens, and they're wizards online, and they're whoever they want to be online, whoever they want to be. And what's sick is a lot of these guys, they could develop a following, but who is their following? A lot of these people don't know that they're sick, and they say everything that they want to hear. And what do? When they go on a tangent and talk about some kind of issues, people trauma bond with them online. Now, the true definition of trauma bonding and what trauma bonding online is very relatable. I'm gonna read them, but let me do this roll call real quick. Kane the bad guy, salute. Rod Neal, KBG, Jeff Spark, my brother, salute. Eric Jordan in the building. Derek Gaines, the legend in the strong house. What you saying? He said, yo, Drew Titan joined the rebellion against TDND and Theo Coop, the bully. They're Sith Lord. Dave and Theo's bullying you. They're the Sith Lords, brother. That's funny. Oh, that's funny. Karen, salute, Queen. How are you? Night Train, my brother. Chiquilla, what's going on, Queen? I got your Cash App the other day. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. My brother, Paul Carrick, salute. 88 Sports Talk in the building. Salute, salute. Smash the like button, like and share the video. Let me read what trauma bonding, the true definition is. Trauma bonding is when a deep attachment develops from a cycle of physical or emotional abuse, manipulation, or trauma, followed by positive reinforcement. Trauma bonds most commonly develop in romantic relationships, and leaving these relationships can be very hard. So basically what they're talking about is being addicted to abuse. Stockholm syndrome. Y'all heard that before? Trauma bonding is an emotional attachment that develops between the victim and their abuser in an abusive relationship. It's also known as Stockholm syndrome. You're addicted to getting your ass kicked. You know, we're like that with boxing at times, but the thing is, I call out the abuse. Now, the difference, trauma bonding, like as far as digital communication, there's a whole thing that I pulled up, how social media and digital communication extend abuse. But before I go any further, you guys need to understand. Well, you most of you do. Today, I'll give you an example. Today, something happened today. I was on my good brother Champ Side's live stream today. And of course, the talk of the town is, you know, that little light-skinned kid from Baltimore, right? You know, fine. So, you know, I like to roast, you know, so I went in there and I said something smart, whatever. You know, I was joking. I'm always joking around, you know. And some guy on there responded to me. Wasn't talking to him. The question was, and it's the same, Champ Side asked this question, and BF asked this question, because we're trying to figure out, you know, why is this kid so popular? Because it can't be because of what he accomplished in the ring. So we're trying to just figure some things out. So Champ Side asked it this morning. And I said something about, you know, I said Tanks fans wait for men to leave their seats so they could smell them or something like that, right? So then this dude, his name is Hunter on the Hunt, and he says, that makes you suspect for even saying that. And y'all know me, I started roasting him. I said, well, you know, obviously you and your feelings over what I said about this kid, so you're one of them. And what does he do? Then he starts to back off. This is just entertainment for me. Okay, well, I hope you're entertained. Oh, you take it too serious. Mind of Mansa Musa, salute. Oh, no. Don't you like how they do that? They attack you. They attack you. And then when you respond, all of a sudden, oh, you too serious. You're emotional. No, we're passionate. We're boxing supporters. That's what we are. And if you're not here, if this is entertaining to you, I hope you're entertained, but don't come for the person who's passionate about this. It's not that serious for you, but it's serious for me. Now, I was clowning in there, but I didn't mean it because I don't understand his fan base. So there was some seriousness behind the joke. That's what makes jokes funny, when there's some sort of seriousness behind it. And you swooped in to play special teams prevent at the goal line. So I started roasting him. I said, well, I must be talking about you. And then he starts going on with his credentials. Oh, well, you know, I'm a 45-year-old man. I said, well, I'm a 49-year-old man. What does that mean? You're here like I'm here. I made a joke, and you are adding me. So have at it. Then it's the LOL and you taking it too seriously. Nigga, don't address me. Don't address me. Oh, I got 20 years retired from the military. So what? I know dudes from the military that are retired that are dumb as hell. They're dumb as hell. You just went and what? Bust guns for the country? Eat a bullet. I don't care. I know military dudes that are assholes, women that are assholes, bus drivers that are assholes. I know cops that are assholes. You said that to say what? You think you was the oldest person in the chat? What? Now, what does that have to do with what I'm talking about? Quiet Storm, my brother, salute. Yeah, brother, yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's idiots there's people walking around with doctorates that are assholes. You said that to say what? So what does he do? He LOLs and then drops Champside $100 super chat. Good. Donate to my brother. You did that to say what? And then he said, oh, well, because this is entertainment. Okay. So I hope you was entertained when I said that Tank Davis fans are a bunch of seat smellers. What are you worried about me making a joke about a Tank fan's sexuality when Champside just got done saying, why is there a grown man asking Tank to remove his hat so he could see the braids in his hair? You see what I'm talking about? And then when he said that, and I said about them smelling seats, he came for me. Somebody got triggered. So you know me, I go to his page, and what do I see in his page? He works out, right? I work out. Can I ask y'all a question? How many videos y'all seen with my shirt off? I'm buff, but how many videos have you seen with my shirt off? You know, I draw the line at certain places. I don't need that. I don't need that. I don't need to do that. So I like to go and see who I'm talking to. So I go to his shit. He's standing there with boy shorts on. You remember the old school Detroit Piston shorts? And, you know, and he's posing and everything. Bro. I mean, really, what the fuck you doing? You see what I mean? I could easily do that, but I don't. I jump the rope, and that's it. Tank top, that's it. You get what I'm saying? So when I'm talking about, and he got dreads and his hair's yanked in a ponytail, okay, I'm just saying. And then I went to his page and I said, why he in boy shorts and, posing and... Do y'all get what I'm saying about this? And then when I made that joke, he bypassed all of that. And then when I said, bro, what's wrong with you? I said, what's good with you? I said, yo, you the type that have boo-boo stains in the back of your drawers and the front? You can't outwit me. Oh, well, I'm 45 years old. I'm 49. Now what? Now what? I was waiting for him to go on, oh, well, yeah, I work out. I do too. Check my page. Do you know who you're talking to? All he could do was send Champside $100 super chat and say, oh, for the entertainment. Right. Get off my 9-iron, dude. References furnished upon request, but you know what? Pause for a minute. Not you. Because I know what type of time you want. You see what I'm saying? You could point them out. People were saying everything, and as soon as I said that, he got in his feelings. Doesn't that tell you something? You can tell. Y'all remember when I brought my stalker on here, Captain Chaos? Y'all remember that? And I said, hold on. Why are you mad at the excessive use of the term fag? We're from New York. We don't really mean, broken wrist. You know, what are you mad at? You from Brooklyn, right? Right? So what are you saying? I was talking about Dillian White at the time. I said, yeah, he's acting like he got a broken wrist. And I said, wait a minute. Dean White, that's not his name. And I got a lot of friends that I grew up with. Not at no time did we consider taking each other's last name. I said, over here it's called marriage. So Dillian White is a coon and he's of the broken wrist. Why are you mad that I said that? And I said, wait a minute. You trying to put this coat on me. Wait a minute. Are you gay? Do y'all remember his response? A lot of y'all wasn't here. But I'm going to upload that live on my Patreon so y'all can look at it. I said, are you gay? Do y'all remember his response? My sexual preference is none of your business. I said, time out. Stop the show. I'm going to ask you again. You gay? My sexual preference is none of your business. I said, I'm going to ask you one more time. You gay? My sexual preference is not. I was like, wow. I guess you've answered your question. See what I mean? But what happens is, you know how trolls, you know how these rival channels, I don't even know why they rivals. You know how trolls, become in abundance because they trauma bond. I don't like him either. And you don't like him. And okay, so when you do a live with his name in it, I'm a get in your chat and rah, rah, rah. And now you have one idiot that turns to 10 and turns to 20. It's never more than 100. Don't believe that. Eric Jordan, that super chat. He says, fake Tank Frank fans shitting in their boots, bro. Miguel! You already know what time it is. Tay, good evening. So I understand the mentality of these people. Anywhere else in history, they'd be in the basement. They wouldn't even come outside. How do I know? Troll accounts, so they show their face? They show their pictures? All these dudes that do that do they go to the fights? They don't. They don't. That Snoop, what up, Snoop? That weirdo in Chicago. Forget his name all the time, but he's crazy. He out here, Sid Mark, what up? He's out here cursing people out and talking about locking kids in the room and their daughters and shit like that. He got pro fighters wanting to kick his ass. He will never go to a fight because he's scared someone's gonna kick his ass. When you're online like that, that's a problem. But when he goes live, what do you think is in his chat? Everybody that you don't see over here. Everybody that you don't see over here. What happens when a Tank fan comes over here and say, oh, all you do is talk about Tank? Yeah. Here's what you do. You already know what I'm going to do when I talk about that little boy. So here's what you do. Kenyatta Ali, salute. Go over to someone else's page where he talks him up. Why are you here when you already know what I'm going to do? Don't be here. It's as simple as that. Do I not do that? Is that not like reasonable? Is that not rational? You know what I'm going to do, and you're here to do what? Argue? I'm not going to argue with you. I think you're foolish because you're following a foolish person. So I'm going to point out the discrepancies, whether you like it or not, right? This is the quote unquote abuse part, right? Whether you like it or not, I'm going to point out the discrepancies. But here's the funny part. You're here because something attracts you here. What did I just read to you? Let's read it again. Trauma bonding is an emotional attachment that develops between a victim and their abuser in an abusive relationship. It's also known as Stockholm Syndrome. Why do these people show up to our chats? When we talk about their favorite fighter, whether it was Anthony Joshua, Dillian White, Tyson Fury, Tank Davis, And the funny part is, we ain't got to lie on them. We just say, look, they doing this, and that, and we don't like it. And they come over and over, and they keep coming over here, and they keep coming over here and say, well, why are you here? There are dozens of channels that praise the guy that you love. You're not doing anything over here. I'm not dropping a link. All right. There's a place for that. It's called BFTB. It's called the Graveyard. He was the first person to drop links and do that. When the technology of live streaming became popular on YouTube, we was on Google Hangouts. There was no OBS. There was no StreamYard. There was no Melon, none of that stuff. And BFTB, and I said it in his chat today, I bet y'all don't remember his first guest. When he dropped it, he said, anyone want to debate me about Anthony Joshua, whatever, I'm putting a link in here, and you click it, and we could talk. Y'all weren't there for that. I remember his first person, the very first person he spoke to. It was a little white boy from the UK. And when he cut on the camera, he had on the V for Vendetta mask, and he had it up. And he was like, what the fuck? And then he moved it. I was like, this is a little boy. Kid was like 15, 16 years old. I said, oh, he's from the UK. Look at this kid. So he said, we don't want to talk about, I want to talk about AJ. I said, okay, well, talk. And he wasn't saying nothing. And he was just on here trying, when I come to America, I'm going to slap you around. He's like, yeah, okay. Get him out of there. That was his first call. And I said, man, that was different. Now we can actually talk to the people in the UK face to face. This is interesting. And I was sitting back just like this watching. I was hooked, just like that. Do y'all remember the AJ era? Y'all remember the British dudes that used to come to his channel, chat every day? Every day? Trauma bonding. They were addicted to chaos. Do you understand what I'm saying? When they really need therapy. Now, read the title of the show. Trauma bonding doesn't help things. If you get a bunch of drug addicts and put them in a room together, what are they going to talk about? Drugs. They're going to talk about whatever. But then when they need their fix, all 10 of them are going to be sitting in the room talking about, when we get out of here, we got to find whatever they're hooked on. We got to find da-da-da-da-da-da. Well, I ain't got no money. All right, well, we got to come up with a scam to get money. Because you got to get your drugs, and you got to get your drugs, and you got to get your drugs. And why would you put 10 drug addicts in the room and have them figure life out? What they need is to be separated, or if they're in a class together, they need to be talking to somebody to help them move away from what has them messed up, because they have a disorder. The internet troll has a disorder. The people that call up BFTBs, they beam in on StreamYard or whatever to get cursed out daily. I've never seen anything like this, but it proves that people are crazy. Do y'all understand why I ain't let KO on my platform? Y'all get that? Cause that nigga crazy. He's crazy. Over that. Let me be clear, cause I don't know him as a person, as a family man or nothing. I'm talking about this Tank Davis shit. That's crazy to me. I don't want to talk to bro. I just saw Blue was live, and I was listening to it before I went live. I was listening because it ended already. I was listening to some of it, and when Blue's going off the way he's going off about the same thing that I'm talking about, BF is talking about, Stormy's talking about, 78's talking about, Champ Side's talking about, and I'm like, I know I'm not crazy. We all see this. The little boy said, when he was asked, what about, you said you was going to retire until you fight Shakur and Devin. And he said, I never said that. You absolutely said, wow. You said it, and I have the video. I played it this morning. I was like, wait a minute. Come on, man. But you're going to find unconditional fans that are, no matter what the facts say, They're going to take it and bend it and flip it. Now, some people are sharp. They're flipping it because it's good for their channel and everything else. And their fans, the fans of that fighter, need to hear that feel good. And that's why the brother KO got mad at me, because I kicked the nigga out of here and said, yo, go to KO's channel, man. I'm not going to do that for you. I'm not doing that for you. Now, he can get mad, but what's he mad at for real? What's he mad at? I sent you somebody. You're welcome. Do I think he's stupid? No. I think he knows what he's doing, and if it works for him, it works for him. But I don't do that. I don't do that thing. I'm a supporter of the sport. I don't do that, man. That's ridiculous. So he got in his feelings, and this troublemaker named BX22, I'll see you soon. Time stamped what I said and say, send this to him. Because I stand on it. I ain't do shit but send him a goddamn fan. But debate him for what? Over this? This is open and shut. And I don't run that kind of thing. I don't want to talk to anybody that's entertaining trauma bonding. I don't do that. That's why you don't see me pulling up the channels, clicking the link just to argue with people. You're not changing their mind. Their mind is made up. I rock with this guy. And when the question was asked today for BFTB, and this is not a boxing show, I'm making a point because everyone knows what I'm talking about when they can relate to this because it's fresh and it's happening in the now. The question is asked, what is it with this kid that you like? Did you hear this dude on BFTB earlier? He had nothing to say. The eye test. What eye test do you have when you just started watching boxing in 2018? Did y'all hear that shit? I said, wait a minute. I was on my break listening. I said, wait a minute. 704 Joe, salute. I said, wait a minute. You just started watching boxing in 2018 and you're saying off the eye test, you believe Tank beats everybody? Okay, all we're saying is, fine, you're entitled to that. I don't know what kind of eye test you have over a person like me who's been watching it since the late 70s until now. Cool, you might be a savant. All we're saying is, why hasn't he proved it? Why is he so popular? It can't be because of accolades, because he has the worst accolades at 135. And he's the A side, he could have fought anybody. Hector Garcia, Rolly Romero, Mario Barrios, and you just started. That means he started watching boxing because of Tank. Okay. But he missed the years prior when Lomachenko's name was used as punishment. He was damn near a whiplash that Floyd was using for Tank. Y'all remember It's Time? That kid don't know about that. That was a joke in our community for all this time. It's time. Yeah, well, you know, Floyd, I don't want to. Lomachenko, it's time. Oh, okay. And the fight never happened. So, Spurger, what up? 88, what up? Stormy, you was cooking on your live. See what I mean? So I'm not going to entertain a bunch of goofballs who are on Tank's balls that just started watching boxing in 2018. When you go to a fucking, did y'all hear that, dude? Yo, Tank, take off your hat so we can see those braids. That was a man that said that, not a woman. That was a man. You see what I mean? That right there. I got a problem with that. And I'm supposed to put a link in the chat and talk to dudes like, listen, I don't have the patience. Jason Williams, what up? I don't have the patience for that. All of those dudes that don't see anything wrong with what this kid is doing, That's trauma bonding. It's very feminine. Because, you know, men are the ones that are known for making the mind games and grooming women and, you know, he loves me. That's why I'm still here. It's like, nah, he's whooping your ass and everything else crazy. And you're just here. Stockholm syndrome. Ma, you could do better. Tank fans, if you love Tank, stay there. But don't argue boxing with me. Because we're having two different conversations. Which is why I'm not debating anybody over what I see. For what? For what? It's ridiculous. And everything we said, everything Blue said, 78 said, Bill, BFTB, me, Stormy, everything we said is coming out to be true. There's no money and everything else. Yo, look, get mad with us, but prove me wrong. On my channel, have I ever lied on that kid? Never. I never had to. I'm just saying, look at what he did now. Look at this. You cool with this? What is this? And that's all I'm saying. And if you don't like what I have to say, don't I always say you have options? My brother Kofa in the building, salute. Don't I always say you have options? There's an X button over there. There's a not interested button over there. There's a dislike button right there. You have options. Do it. You could have been rocking with me all these years, but as soon as I started ragging on Tank, I crossed the line. Unsub. Get out of here. I want quality, not quantity. I don't care. I could buy 100,000 subs. I could do it tomorrow. But what does that mean? You got channels right now that says they got 110,000 subs. They click live, there's 20 niggas in there. So if Tank is a liar, and that 110,000 subs, but they click live, and there's only 20 people in there, who's lying? It makes sense that they identify with that kid. It makes sense that they tell them, hey man, take off the hat. Let me see your braids. It makes sense that they tell Ryan Garcia, hey, you pretty and shit. It makes sense when I make a joke about Tank Davis fans waiting for men to get up so they can smell their seats. How a 45-year-old military veteran responds to me. Wasn't even talking to him. And then when I call him out on this nonsense, all of a sudden he want to drop a $100 super chat and brush everything off. Oh, it's just entertainment. Nah, something I said bothered you. And then when I go see him on his YouTube channel, he got his shirt off. And bro, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? Who are you advertising for? I advertise when I post a jump. I haven't done it in a while because, you know, I had the knee surgery. But I post for good health. I post to motivate. Nicholas Levy, Champion Heart. Tim, what up? I'm not taking off my shirt and flexing, doing that stuff. I don't need to do that. I don't need to. Get up, get out, go get it. Move. He posing in thongs. Well, I'm joking when I say that, but he did have on the 1987 Detroit Pistons shorts. I've never seen so many grown men triggered over this Tank Davis shit in my life. I've never seen this, bro. I've never seen this. Ladies and gentlemen, I've never seen this before, but it's exposing a lot. And that was the simplest way I can explain tonight's topic. Trauma bonding. He could have donated $500 to Champ's side. It's not going to make a difference. I saw you. If you go to Champ's side's live from today, it happened relatively because I went there after Bill and 78 was done with their live. I go over there. Champ's side was on for like maybe about 20 minutes. If you could read the comment section, you'll see the conversation I had with Dude. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong? I wasn't even talking to you. What are you talking about? Why are you talking to me? Word to the wise men. If someone makes a joke about someone else being a little broken wrist. And it was within bounds because Champ Side was just barking about that dude asking him to take off his hat so he could see his braids. Just stay out of it, dude. Why did he at me? He added me. I'm like, what the fuck? And he's a wrench over there too. I said, bro, why are you atting me? What's wrong with you? And I went in on him. Trauma bonding. You on the wrong channel. It's entertainment for you? Yeah. That was what he was doing. Oh, okay. I was just playing. Oh, yeah, man. All right, you doing too much. I'm military. Yeah, don't ask, don't tell ass nigga. You don't want to roll. So, I'm 45. Yeah, I'm 49, nigga. What do you, so, next. Yo, let me super chat $100. Okay, great. I super chatted $5. So what? Now be the last time he says something to me because he exposed himself. And I'm telling you, I've seen guys like that. They'll be cool until they can't take it anymore. There's going to be a point where Champ Side is going to be going in on Tank and Hunter on a Hunt is going to say something crazy. And they're going to go back and forth. I've seen it already. I've seen it with a dude named Ronald Finkley. Y'all remember him? That nigga just snapped. Say, yo, hold on, bro. Wait, calm down. He snapped and then he run over to the ops. But, he was retarded. He was loose in the head. But all these dudes trauma bond. All the trolls online, they trauma bond. You go to the hater channels that talk about the LDBC and us personally. Look in the chat. They're all blocked over here. How does it feel to have 50 niggas in your chat that we don't want to deal with? Have a 3-hour session about a person that you never met, you don't know? Because we said something about a male fighter that you love? What? Mac of the South, salute. So when we talk about weirdo is code for homosexual, I just hope y'all know that. Weirdo is code. So when I say, yo, this dude is a weirdo, there it is. I'm telling you what it is. He's a weirdo. Why are you acting weird? Go trauma bond somewhere else. But the reality is, what all of these dudes need to do, get off the internet. Go get therapy. Because if you sit down with a therapist, right? You sit down with a therapist and they start talking to you. These days, because I know some therapists, Cameron, let me ask you a question. Has it become common practice for a therapist when someone's trying to get help for what's going on in their life? Has it become common practice for a therapist to ask, what is their presence online like? Has it become common? Because I was told by a therapist that it is. They have to ask, what do you do online? Are you on Snapchat, Twitter, Tinder? What do you have a presence online? And some of the most touched individuals, mentally touched, some of them have big platforms. In other words, like I said earlier, you might be following somebody who's nuts. Case in point, is Cynthia G normal? Is her message normal? I don't have no troll accounts. That's why I show my face. But you can still be crazy. But I'm an open book. I don't care. Cameron says we will definitely ask their social media activity when we conduct a mental status exam, period. All factual. See, there it is. Right there. There you go. There you go. Right there. See? I know a few therapists. They say that we have to ask. I remember when social media started to take off way back in MySpace. The therapist that I know personally, he don't live in New York no more. He said the world is changing because I'm finding that people are addicted to their social media, and I have to ask about their presence. I had to tell some clients, tone down on the social media. And this was back when it was MySpace, y'all. What's happened since then? Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. See what I mean? So therapists have to get new training and adjust to the world. And you know what they're finding? These people on social media, these likes and clicks and views, it becomes validation for them. It becomes those little hearts. You know why they're hearts? Because it makes them feel good. And rather than get therapy, if they can get 100 people or 20 people to hear their plea about whatever it is, a few strokes of their ego, and they're fine. In their mind, they're fine. And they're not fine. You know how I know they're not fine? I just told you about the trolls online, right? The things that they said about us or other people, you know, dropping personal addresses and threatening people's lives and shit, that's some serious stuff. And it will get you in trouble legally. But you always have a group of people that feel the same way, but they might not have the balls to do what you're doing, but they will egg you on. You don't know them. You don't know their mental state. They never show their face. Y'all don't have no meetups or nothing like that. None of that. Nicholas, what up? None of that. But you have complete and total strangers enabling you. That's your validation. And then they egg you on to keep doing what you do. And unfortunately, it gets you into trouble. Legally. Ain't that right, BX22? That's what I told KO in the comment section. I said, you might not want to listen to that nigga. You might want to distance yourself from that nigga. I don't give a fuck what he sent you. That's what I told him. As far as the rest of that shit I'm concerned, I don't want to talk to you about anything about this Tank Davis shit. Kill all that noise. I'm done with that. Not with you. I don't care to talk to any Tank fans. Y'all niggas are nuts. I'm good over here. But anyway, y'all get the point? These goons trauma bond and they rile themselves up. Some of these niggas get themselves into trouble, like that little nigga in Chicago. I understand this dude's like really looking for him. Brian Norman Sr., he said, yo, I want to fight that dude. Did he? Was that him or was that, what's his name? I don't know. You want to put the beats on him. You're a YouTuber, man. Why is it that serious? Well, but you know what? I went to his channel. I saw his lives. I saw a bunch of people in there that I blocked. And when he gets on his, I'll kill LDBC, and I punch him and I kick and I bite LDBC. When he gets on that shit, you should see the fire emojis. And I'm like, he's crazy. He's crazy. I blocked him. This nigga threatened us and da-da-da-da. All of those people are lunatics. And those are the persons smashing the like button, enabling him. Yeah, you right. I'll beat them up too. And bup. Nigga, you walk by yourself. Nigga, when you want to go to a fight, you don't know who's watching you. I'm aware of my surroundings. I have nothing to fear but God. And God ain't walking to harm me. I'm cool. I've been to many pressers. I've been to many fight events. My brother Clarence McLean told me, he says, yo, when you left and went around with the media section, dude walked up to me, what up, Act? He said, yo, that's Drew Titan? He said, yeah. And dude had the shock look. It's like, yo, just go say hello. Just go say hello. Oh, no. Yeah, okay, yeah. I'm really that big. Yes. Yes. I don't have to broadcast it. I'm laying here. I'm sitting here with a fucking hoodie on and a sweater. Sometimes I'm on here with a tank top and I'm just slouched over. I had some goon in here. Yo, what's wrong with your shoulders? Nothing. I'm sitting here hunched over like a hunchback. Why are you into my body? Exactly. When Deontay pulled up in Atlanta, I forgot, homie, I think he was part of Deontay's strength and conditioning. I said, I got to head down to Alabama and get a workout in. He said, yo, you definitely need to come through. Niggas see me in the supermarket. I was just with my daughter in the supermarket 2 days ago. Saw a friend of mine. And he was like, yo, man, I see you online jumping rope, man. I got to get back into it. Because he used to play ball, but now he worked for sanitation. He about to retire in 2 years. He about to move down south and all that stuff. So, that kind of thing. We talk about pensions and retirement plans because we at that age now. And woman walks by, says, oh, you a personal trainer? That's what happens when I walk around outside. You a personal trainer? I'm driving a bus. Especially in the summertime, the arms are out, the guns are out. You a personal trainer? No. You married? Yeah, very. That's the attention I get. These mongoloids in the chat, they wish they got that attention. Young Abel, salute. Exactly, Growth. I'm not even the biggest dude in the LDBC. You see, when Black was doing content, all you saw is his face, right? I'm 6'2". Black is like 6'5". Play around if you want to. Dank, what up, Dank? It's not a game out here. Same thing with BFTV. He's 6'1", and he's not skinny. I don't know what is wrong with y'all, but I don't want to get too far off of the topic. What I'm saying is, all of that thought, for all I know, dude that talked to my brother Clarence, he might have been on some rah-rah. I heard there was some dude, he be on other channels, he from Brooklyn, talking about, oh yeah, Drew, whatever. I'm like, yo, I'm in Brooklyn a lot, bro, especially at the Barclays. So, whenever there's a fight I care about, I'll go to the presser, I'll go to the fight. If you see something, say something. That was 2 years ago. I done been in the Barclays like 3 times already. That might have been him, because these dudes always talk tough behind an emoji, an avatar, whatever. And I'm like, all right, not sure what I did, but it's irrelevant. It's going to be what it's going to be. It ain't been nothing. And I ain't looking for problems. But you damn sure aren't either. I promise you're not. What are you looking for problems for? A boxing opinion? I'm not sure what your problem is. Trauma bonding. You see the connection? You get it? Exactly. Y'all know Stormy 6'2"? Bet you didn't know that. I'm telling y'all, bro. Cameron, it's crazy out here. It's crazy. But this is how I'm making the connection. There's a lot of lunatics on there. And back in the 80s and 70s and the early 90s, all of these dudes online talking that tough guy shit, they wouldn't leave a crib. They were getting bullied in school. Trust me. There was a all right. I'm just going to say it. I'm going to speak freely. There was a retarded kid in school. And he would try and behave like he was like in, the small class. Like, I'm not talking about the special education class where it's just a normal cats, but they learned different, so they needed a smaller class. I'm not talking about them. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the small classes with the kids that were deformed. Those kids. And there was this one kid, we used to call him Beef or Beefer, I forget. Because he was like 4'11", and he would walk around. His parents, you know, they always dressed him up in the latest gear, but he was deformed. He had like, what do you call that condition when you have an egg-shaped head? There's a clinical term for that. When you have an egg-shaped head, your shit is egged out. He was dark skinned. He had like raccoon eyes. He was fat, and he had a deformed mouth. But hip hop was really like hitting hard. I mean, come on, it was the 90s. And it made him feel good. He immersed himself into the culture. As a matter of fact, we had a talent show, and he grabbed the mic, and it was totally incoherent, but you know, it was funny for us, but the teacher was like, stop laughing, and we had to clap and shit because he was on the mic. We was like, oh my God. You know what? The teachers are going to hell for this because they know goddamn well they supposed to have that kid up there doing that. They're going to look around and tell us not to laugh. We used to call him Beefer or something. You know why? Because you couldn't tell him anything. He was the hardest kid in school. All 4'11", 300 pounds of him. And his mouth was always open, and he had the goat mouth because he was deformed. And he had an egg-shaped head. He'd be walking down, and if you walked down the hall, he'd bump you. And if you didn't know him, I mean, first you know him, like, what the fuck? When you look at him, like, oh, he's retarded. That's it. Cranial, yeah. It's something like that because he had an egg shape. It was bugged out. I was like, what the hell? Like a cone head. Y'all remember the cone heads? And he'd bump you. No, he didn't have Down syndrome. It might have, I don't know. Was it Down syndrome? It was a little worse than that. Because there's a kid that grew up around my way, he had Down syndrome, but it wasn't that bad. This was bad. He'd bump you in the hallway. And then he'd bump you and stare at you, and he'd just start barking. If you stood there, Elmo, what up? If you stood there, he'd start barking, or yo, what you want to do? He'd be like, yo, what the man? The teacher had to go grab him because he was immersed into this hardcore. I don't know where he lived or whatever, but you know, I'm assuming people on the block would enable him, but he was harmless. It's like, man, with that talent show was funny as hell, man. Damn, what year was that? That was 1991. I was in high school. It was like 91. Yeah. He'd be beefing. These are the trolls online. That kid. He had an excuse. He was retarded. These other dudes, they're not like that. But if there was no internet, they wouldn't be doing anything remotely close. They'd have no friends. There's a lot of like people like weird online. I'm telling you, you don't know what you're dealing with. There's guys and women, you don't know what their problem is. And they'll be sounding good for a second, and then you find out some shit. For instance, there's something called an articulate idiot. That's a phrase that I coined. I mentioned Cynthia G. Yeah, Dank, I was in high school, brother. The woman said, if you're pregnant with a black baby boy, delete the pregnancy, right? Delete the pregnancy and refer to black men as bandits. We're all bandits. There's no good black man out there. And I'm like, why? What is wrong with her? That's the first thing I said. It was like, what is wrong with this woman? Why is she saying that? And then you find out she's a mother. to what? A black baby boy. And then you find out she's not married, and the father of the child is, guess what? What she defines as a bandit. He had like 2 or 3 different baby mamas. Kofa, how many baby mamas does Cynthia G's baby daddy have? I think it's like 2, maybe 3. And as soon as I heard that, I said, oh, that's what this is about. She made a horrible choice. Kofa said 2 or 3. Eric Jordan said 5. Kofa said 2. Let's lowball it. Let's say 3. Because I heard he's been busy. But if it's 3, she's 4. If it's 5, she's 6. Mr. Shelton, my brother. So imagine the women that followed behind her loyalty. They were so loyal to her that said, I'm pregnant and it's a boy. It's out of here. Imagine a woman that listened to her. And then they found out that she's a single mom and she gave her heart to a bandit and she couldn't convert that bandit and she's mad. Was there any woman saying, hey man, why would she tell us to do something that she didn't do? Trauma bonding. On a social media way. Let me read this to you real quick, because it's changed. I read you what social media, I read you what trauma bonding is. Let me read it one more time. Trauma bonding is an emotional attachment that develops between victim and their abuser in an abusive relationship. It's also known as Stockholm Syndrome. The people that chronically go to BFTB to get cursed out. The people that come into my chat be like, I bet you won't drop a link. I bet you you're right. I don't want to talk to you. Why are you here? Go away. I'm literally not doing this for you. This ain't for you. Oh yeah, Jason Williams. That's a whole nother show, brother. Yes. Now that we know what trauma bonding is, right? How social media and digital communication extend abuse. Social media and other forms of digital communication, such as texting, Snapchat, iMessaging, have replaced traditional ways of communicating and forming new relationships. Attachments of all types, including trauma bonds, are formed through our interactions. So the ways in which we communicate, our emotionally availability, and our openness via social media and with all digital means can significantly impact and even speed up the formation of trauma bonds. Do y'all know this shit is dangerous? All these crazy niggas are meeting each other from different parts of the world. You can have a crazy person in the UK, and let me tell you something, it's not exclusive. I mentioned Cynthia G. But when I talk about trolls, I'm talking about dudes online. It's men and women. All right, so don't think I'm just dumping on the women. There's a lot of crazy dudes out there. Look at these trolls. But now you can have a crazy person in Wyoming getting online, talking to somebody from the West Bubblefuck UK. And now they talking to each other and they just feeding each other. You know what happened to me today? I called my ex and his new girl answered the phone. Well, you know what happened to me today? I called my ex and then the new person answered the phone too. And now they're doing this for 6 or 7 months. And then here comes someone else and someone else. This person's in Africa. This person's in Canada. This person's in Miami. And now you have a flock of 20 fools just screaming and hollering in a virtual room, not solving the issue. social media is not therapy. Some of you motherfuckers need to get off the line for real. Get out of here. Y'all see why I have so many wrenches? Y'all see why the block game gotta be strong? You know, every day I go to my videos, there's somebody leaving, someone that just started their channel 2 days ago saying something crazy. I don't even want to read it. Block, abyss, gone. Case in point, some dude came in there and says, oh, you still, how many subs I got on, oh, you're not at 9,000 subs yet? I have 8,700 and something on Drew Titan LLC, right? And I got a little laugh out of that. You know why? Because I remember when I first, like, my channel started to take off. And I remember I put out a video. Forgot what I said, but you know. And the guy in the chat said, don't nobody care what you have to say with your little 800 subs. I said, You know what happened literally about a week or two later? The Sugar Hill interview. Shout out to Fred and Barbershop's Conversation. Went viral, didn't it? I went from 800 to like, Stormy will tell you, I went from like 800 subs to like 2,000 in a month over that. Fanon told me I made the fucking newspaper in the UK. I said, I woke up that morning. He said, yeah, I want to congratulate you. I said, what? He said, you don't know? I said, no. He said, they have your picture on the front page of a UK talking about a Sugar Hill interview got kind of uncomfortable. And you see me on there with a camouflage tank top with a camouflage do-rag. And I'm on the page like this. And Sugar Hill sitting there. And I'm like, oh shit. I didn't do anything wrong. Got up, turned on my computer, over 1,000. I said, what the hell? In other words, I just read a comment that was talking about, oh, you're 800 subs. Okay. Never seen him again. So I looked at this other fool and I laughed. I blocked him or whatever. But I said, man, what the fuck? In other words, y'all, nothing's ever going to be good enough. I can go 10,000 subs. You ain't at 11,000 yet? I can go up 15,000. You ain't at 30,000 yet? Nothing's ever good enough. And that don't bother me. It really doesn't. You know why? That person came and gave me a view. So what are you doing, dude? You know how you hurt the least liked social media person? You simply don't go over there. You don't even do videos and mention their names. You know why? There's always going to be someone to say, let me go see who he's talking about. You know how many emails I got? Oh man, this so-and-so guy, he was talking about you so bad. And I said, you know, let me just go over there and see what you're talking about. And I subbed to you, Drew. You wasn't saying you are nothing like what he displayed. Matter of fact, I unsubbed from him. You know how many of those emails I've gotten from various people over the years? All I could do is respond and say thank you. Say it. For someone to do a whole live stream about someone else as a character flaw, and let me point this out. I did that one time because enough was enough. And this was a person that I thought was cool with me, and he was just running around, starting trouble, and he backstabbed me. So I said, you know what? I'm not going to ignore this anymore. I'm going to point out his character flaw. Because what he was also doing was there was mutual people that he was still trying to work with. And those mutual people were telling on him to me, like, yo, what happened with you and this fool? I'm like, yo, look, this is what happened. And I never brought it up because it's not even material for me. But you see what he's doing, you see how I'm working. They was like, yeah, man, yo, I'm gonna stop working with him too. And y'all know I'm talking about Bruce Gas. I was everything and nice to him. And I just asked him, yo, bro, stop hanging around people that are like literally threatening our lives, man. You in that chat. You're in that chat with fire emojis and strong arms, man. You really cool? What's going on? I caught the hounds off of him one good time and I squashed everything. He did it again. And I just let him go. Didn't say anything to him for literally a year. And then shit started getting back to me. He's talking shit about me. And then talked to my boy in Jersey. He was like, yo, why is he? I said, I ain't doing anything to him, but get him on a live stream with Vinny Pazienza. And this is the thanks I get. I said, you know what? I can't be quiet about this shit anymore. And I went live and I ripped him up. And he never responded because you know why? Because he knows I'm right. And the video is called, Why Does the LDBC Have Trust Issues? Yes. Exactly. Shout out to BX22 because he watched it and he wants to screenshot shit or timestamp shit and send it to Monty Brown, nigga. You know, you think I don't know you didn't do that? You think I don't know? But documentation beats conversation. Nigga, I'm going, bro. Okay. You're done, bro. You're done. Y'all know what this is? This is a pen. This will fuck you up. Yup. Y'all remember that infamous line from a mob movie called Fuck You, Pay Me? I'm gonna bust your ass. He's getting fucked off right now. He don't even know it. He's watching right now like, yeah, all right, whatever. Here, you. Yup. Yup. Shout out to the 4-3. Eric Jordan, that super chat, much love. He said, she let Pookie hit it raw, and now she's a single mom. Exactly. Pookie, this Audacity podcast, salute. Pookie done blazed it. And now, yeah, I know Stormy. He was a thief. He hung around us. He was a fucking thief. He was a thief. Young Amber said, I'm still sad at what they did to Blood Boxing. He was my favorites back then. Who did what? Yeah, man, that guy. Again, let me say, and I'll say this, and I don't care at this point. I don't care. That was another brother that had issues. And I know this for a fact. See, I don't know. And he had a big channel and a big following. I don't know what he's doing now. I don't know. But he's one of the dudes I had to let go. Like, oh, okay, I see it. See, when you talk to these people, and that's what I'm saying, a lot of these people, y'all don't talk to them behind offline like we do. And I do a lot of listening. And I figured there was something not right. And that's all I'm going to say about that. So I don't know what he's doing now. I'm not subscribed to him. His phone number done changed. I did reach out to him. But yeah. Yep. So I don't know what he got going on, but it's none of my business. But I watched how, he moved and shaked around people that he thought that you would deem as family. Nah, brother. You don't act like that. So I left it alone. Character flaws. If you have character flaws, I'm just not going to deal with you. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. Y'all don't know the half. Another character flaw, because this is all relevant to what we're talking about, is when a person is doing so much that they think everybody's talking crazy about them. It's like, bro, what? Not even thinking about you. You have to be mindful. Then when someone speaks to you and they say, well, I heard you said this, and that. Okay, yeah, you heard I said that? That sound like some shit I'd say? Who told you that? Because let me educate y'all on something. There's something called check the fruit on the tree. Do y'all know what that means? I know Cameron knows that. I know Stormy knows that. Y'all know what check the fruit on the tree means? Y'all know what that means? Case in point. I call up Stormy out of nowhere. And me and Stormy talk like every day. But you know what? Stormy is a bad example. My brother Ak. We talk offline. Not every day, but we talk offline. Now let's say I call up Ak. You be like, yo, Brody. He's like, yo, what up? J-Man, what up? And I'm like, yo, bro, I understand that you said X, Y, and Z about me. What is the most logical response to that? I call up Ak out of nowhere. Like, yo, I heard you said X, Y, and Z about me. Listen to that. I heard you said X, Y, and Z about me. Ak's response should be what? What do you think his response should be? What is the next logical response? Yo, Ak, yo, what's good, man? Yo, listen. I heard you said X, Y, and Z about me. Is this true? What is a logical response? What do you guys think? I'm trying to give you a gem on how to handle people. Because I've been through this like a dozen times. High school, junior high school. It's like, what? Thank you. Thank you. Now, here's the problem. What happens? Ak says, I ain't say that. And he says, who told you? And my response is, oh, that's not important. I just heard it. Wow. How cool are me and Ak at that point? You know what I'm telling Ak? I got more faith in where I heard it from. I think it's absolutely something you would say. And I don't trust you. Oh, don't worry about where I heard it, Ak. Don't worry about it. I just heard it. Yeah, but where did you hear it from? Oh, it's not important. Oh, it absolutely is. The person that told you, I might have a problem with him or her. I might be dealing with something right now with him or her. So you got more faith in what that motherfucker told you? I thought we was cool. I'll be damned. I literally, what I'm explaining to you, I literally went through that on YouTube. Literally. I literally got a phone call from a nigga I thought I was cool with. And I'm like, yo, what up? Yo, we have it on good authority that you said, fuck, who's we? Him and his girl. And I'm like, whoa. Hold on, man. Hold on. I'm a direct person. If I have a problem with you, if I ain't got your number, I know somebody in the community has your number. I'm going to reach out to you so we can hash out whatever the fuck is going on. But you have it on good authority from who? What? Who? And then when I'm asking the nigga, wait, hold on, bro, who told you this? Now, all of a sudden, niggas don't want to say anything. Oh, it don't matter. Oh, word? It don't matter? All right. It don't matter. Kind of broke my heart. Because I helped that brother build his channel up. I helped him get monetized. You see my work. I helped my brother Southern T get monetized. I assisted. I wasn't the only person, but I assisted in helping Cadillac Red because someone helped me. And how I paid for it, I helped my brothers and sisters. because somebody helped me. Charge money? No, fuck that. I don't need to do that. I'm always sticking out my hand. I don't move forward without looking behind me and pulling my people up. That's how I always am. That's how I've been raised. So when this brother brought that bullshit to me because you mad at somebody else, man, I was like, come on, bro. That shit is deflating. That shit is deflating, man. What the fuck? I was upset. I'm like, yo, man, what the fuck? And then when I tell homie, I said, bro, that don't make any sense. And as soon as I say, yo, bro, didn't I help you? Why would I tear your channel down when I helped you build it up? What are you talking about? His girl get to screaming over the phone. Oh, that's the bullshit. Ah! Bro, you know what? You got to deal with that. I had to leave it alone. End of the discussion. I left it alone. Oh, well, that was his choice. You can't come to me and say you got it on good authority. All right, well, drop names because the nigga talking to you got a problem with me. For example, that bitch nigga BX22 has a problem with me. So when I asked Knockout, I said, who sent you this shit? BX22, you might want to distance yourself from that nigga. He's about to have a legal headache. Check the fruit on the tree. The same nigga that sent some bullshit to Marcellus Wilder. Had me and him going back and forth on the DMs. Had to straighten that shit out. Typing me books and shit about, oh man, y'all gotta keep my name out your mouth. So who the fuck are you, what are you talking about? I had to go to the live. I said, nigga, play it from here. Find when me and Tay Jones was talking crazy about you. I'm listening. Hit me on the goddamn, on the fucking DM. Fuck this typing, call me, nigga. Then he texts back. Nah, I'm saying I heard. And I said, Marcellus, where'd you hear it from? Now he don't want to say. And I know that nigga's going through something. I know he is. And I prayed for him. I prayed for him. No, young Abel. He doesn't, but he does. He doesn't, but he does. Don't matter. Bronx on deck. Don't matter. But he was going through something. Y'all know he was going through something with Deontay, and I had nothing to do with it. But somebody told him, yo, Tay Jones and Drew was talking about you. And instead of researching it himself, instead of reaching out to me himself, instead of reaching out to Tay himself, he got in his feelings because he felt he had the weight of the world on his shoulders. That's what happened. And I said, that's not what it is. You see, I know how to deal with people. I have people telling me, Drew, you should have been a therapist. This is just what I understand nature. Y'all have seen me on my show defuse a bunch of situations where you thought it was going to get ugly, and it might have gotten ugly, but I'll dial it back because I ask questions and I make people reflect. Why are you mad? Why are you angry? Were y'all here when Buckle Up Boxing got on the live, aka Sports Prediction 101, whatever he's calling himself now? Y'all remember that? After all the cursing and shucking and jiving and screaming we did, I said, yeah. What is your problem with me? And everything he said was wrong. And I addressed it. Oh, you said Cool Boy Steph got cheated. I did. You said that Anui stacks his raps. He does. Well, you're lying. You're making it up. I said, I made it up, or did Cool Boy Steph said they could pull out the fight in Japan? Did you miss that article? And Joe Townsend dropped the link in the chat. I said, did you watch? Did you watch my video? Because I also put a clip. Y'all know how to wrap hands? Gauze tape. Gauze. It's not tape. It is Jab Jamboree, and that's how this nigga told on himself. It's not tape, gauze tape. That's stacking. Cool Boy Steph team pointed it out, and they had a whole press conference about it in Japan. And all I said was, either pull out the fight or don't let that boy hit you. And Steph let him hit him. He got knocked out. Now you can't complain about they released the information. I did a video about it. He got knocked out. And that was the end of it. But he has this deep-rooted hatred about me that all he saw was me talking about it, and he thought that I was just making it up. I said, no. You missed this? You missed this though, right? This is what happens when you're so infatuated with me. And there was a couple of other things, and I addressed all of it. I said, yo, bro, and you know what he said in that live? You know what, Drew? I'm gonna get off your bumper. He didn't keep his word. He didn't keep his word, but that's okay. That's okay. Young Hollywood, salute. That's okay. Because I understand human nature. I understand jealousy. I understand suppressed homosexuality. These Tank fans, I get it. I understand women not liking their men associating with other men because she feels that the masculinity is going to rub off on him and put him up on game, and he might decide to go elsewhere and up his game as far as dealing with another woman. I understand all of that shit. Y'all might understand what I'm saying. They might be dick watching me now. I don't care. Say what I want, and y'all ain't gonna do nothing. You can make a response video. I don't care. It's been done. I understand human nature. What I'm saying is I understand when people need therapy. I understand it. So when y'all see me putting in work on here, blocking trolls, and I've had people on my panels where it's gone left. For them, it's gone left. The whole time I was in control. Y'all might have seen me screaming and hollering and foaming at the mouth. Do y'all know how the whole time I was in control? I match energy. Because then when I dial it back, they're like, oh shit, what he said makes sense. You didn't know I had it in me, did you? The thing is, they don't know. Samaj Gilbert, who are you talking to? He's on timeout? Well, damn, 860,000. Okay, well, I don't know who he was talking to, but I don't know who Samaj is. I don't know who he is. I don't know. I don't know if he was talking to me or about me. I don't know. But I don't know you, homie. If you was talking about me, you talking about, or was you talking about? Was you talking about the person I was making reference to? I don't know. Oh, he's gone? Well, I don't know what the problem is. I don't know if he was talking about me or referring to the person in my example that I was talking about. I don't know. But as a bit of information, Samaj, this gentleman right here, Samaj Galbert, you was pretty upset when I had Evans Tolbert on my show. He was supposed to be on the not this past Sunday when he was on the week before, but he had ran into some issues. When I said that he was going to be on the show, you said that he's just some sort of stripper or whatever the hell. So I said, oh, well, I guess he has a problem with him. And I didn't block him. I left him there. And then last week, this past Sunday, you said something else again about him. So I don't know what your issue is with Evans. But if you go back and watch the show, we had a pretty good show. So I don't know if that comment was for me. I don't know. I don't know, brother, but I don't know. You come back and straighten it out if you feel free to do so. But, if that was for me, that's unfortunate because, I don't know you, homie. I don't know. Whatever. And salute, Cameron. That's why I have wrenches, so I don't know if, if you come back, you come back. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but whatever. But I read your comment. I don't know if you know Evans personally or, if, but I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, I understand human nature. I understand how people move. I understand that some people are just juvenile, easily manipulated. I understand that. And I understand trauma bonding. I really do. I really understand trauma bonding. And it's a weird thing. It's a very weird thing. Trauma bonding is a very, very, very weird thing. Let me see something. Oh, y'all want to know exactly what he said? He said, you bring in this bodybuilder stripper on, and he knows nothing about boxing. He's a damn strength and conditioning coach that said Regis bum ass was going to beat Jack Catterall, okay? Then he said this bodybuilder stripper, the week before, he said this bodybuilder stripper can't tell you nothing, no way, with the clown emoji. Then he said, bro, you bringing on, okay. He said, bro, you bringing on this bodybuilder stripper on that don't know shit about boxing. I flamed his ass on Mill City Live, talking about Regis was going to beat Jack. And I said, boxing is dead. Why didn't he face Tank? Then he said Tank sexuals are mad. Then the brother said, I can't, okay. I don't think he was talking about me. I don't think he was, I'm going to unhide him. Because I don't think he was talking about me. Joe Townsend, my brother, salute. I don't know. But he had a problem with Evans. So, hey, I don't know, man. Now, not everybody's going to get along too. You know what I mean? I've decided not to play referee because sometimes people just decide not to get along. You just got to step out of the way of that. Because what happens is if you try and make peace, one or both of the parties will accuse you of taking the other side. When I legitimately want peace, but sometimes people don't want peace. They want, that viral, that video or audio. I want problems always. There's some people that just want problems. They're just not hearing nothing. They just want beef all the time. And I'm not dealing with that shit, man. I don't. It's called social media, ladies and gentlemen. It's called social media. You're supposed to get on here and be social and make friends. It's supposed to be a calm place. But you got people that erupt and get on this rah-rah, and it turns ugly. And these guys will be following behind a bunch of idiots. I'll give you another example of that. Y'all remember when those grown adolescent brats stormed the nation's capital? There's a video where this white guy was talking to, may have been security. And the guy was like, we're taking that building. Big burly white guy. And his friend behind him, they looked similar. They were big and burly. And he had a mustache and glasses with a MAGA hat. And his boy said, we're taking that building. And his boy was standing behind him. And he said, and then what? Like he was crying. And then what? Meaning, oh shit, we got here. I just thought we was going to be out here protesting. Motherfuckers are really storming the Capitol. I didn't know it was gonna get this deep. Those dudes was climbing the walls. Somebody got shot and killed. Y'all remember that? But that dude said, and then what? I said, yo, he's thinking rationally. He really understood that he didn't need to be there. He knew he fucked up. Now, we're taking that building. And then what? Exactly. Exactly, man. You know, gotta monitor your surroundings, man. And this trauma bonding thing, I see it all the time. I see it all the time. That's what I'm saying. Like some of these, like you see it right here on YouTube, and I'm using the YouTube as an example because you see it here. That's why an audience on YouTube will never be the same on Patreon. You watch what I tell you. I'm working on my Patreon. I just want to be able to pick a day to release some quality content on Patreon that I can't do here. You know, I could be a little more loose with my language and a little more free with the music and things of that nature. Dangerous Desires, what up, brother? It never transitions. People support you. I mean, I appreciate all the support, but the people that really, you know, as we say, fucks with you, they show you by way of their pockets. And I appreciate everybody showing up. I do. I really do. But you know how we say the crazies. I'll give you a prime example. Tank Davis. Y'all have seen his fan base. Outside of the people that go to the fight and pay money, how many of those fans are actually streaming it? How many of those fans are buying it? Depending on who his dance partner is. You understand what I'm saying? I pay for quality. Back in the day, it was called KO Magazine. It was called Ring Magazine. And there's one more that I forgot about. I also used to buy Black Belt Magazine. And there was a Kung Fu Magazine. I used to buy those things. You had to buy it. I bought comic books. I used to buy that stuff. Buy it. You used to purchase it. Well, all of this stuff dies down with your favorite fighter or whatever. You're going to see what these channels are made of. I already know what's going to happen. What happened to all the Manny Pacquiao channels? What happened to all the Floyd Mayweather channels? What happened to all the Anthony Joshua channels? I told you about those Manny Pacquiao channels. Some of those guys had like 10,000 subs for 4 or 5 long years. And then when the fight, some of it stopped when Marquez flatlined them. They kept it up though. But then they want to do weird shit like disable the comments. Right, got it. Then when he signed to fight Floyd, they picked it back up. And then when Floyd beat him, that was it. And that was a little before the AdSense program. So if these idiots focused on boxing, they already the watch time would have been up, and the number of subscribers was already there. All you had to do was just maintain talking boxing. They were incapable. So I've seen this before, man. I've seen all of this before. But I'm not going to go to no channels when people are doing all this rah-rah shit. Now, I know they can accuse us of doing the same thing. Oh, you always on BFTB. You always on Stormy B, man. You always on the General. Yeah. Because we're pointing it out saying, yo, like, what is going on here? What's going on here? You can call us crazy. It's all right. We're asking, why isn't Tank fighting his contemporaries? And y'all over there talking about what kind of box braids you want to see in his head. Literally, this is, come on. So I understand human nature. I swear to God I do. I understand it. I've seen this before. I've seen it. I've never literally made an account to specifically troll somebody that I didn't like. You know how I handle people I don't like? If I was cool with them, I just unsubscribe. Every now and again, they'll pop up in the algorithm, not interested. And I don't even talk to them. I'm done. And that's it. I ain't got to make no troll accounts and I don't need to do all of that shit. Trauma bonding. Yo, I hate Drew Titan. I hate him too. Let's do it live. What? That's a character flaw. Do you know that nigga Coach Malachi did a 2-hour live stream about me? You know the people that told me that was like, yo, that nigga's weird. Do you understand why him and Tim Bradley's cool now? Do you get it? Do you get it now? You understand? We all heard Tim Bradley on Champ's side. What was that, yesterday? Day before yesterday? I said, oh, that's why these niggas is cool. There's something wrong with Tim Bradley. There's something wrong with that nigga. What kind of man starts all of this trouble and then comes to New York and got so scared when he saw 78, and 78 said, all right, it's squared away when you and I, but when you see Drew, that's a different animal. You got to get right with him. That nigga left the hotel, didn't come to the weigh-in, didn't come to the fight. You came to New York to go to Marco's Comedy Club, and Marco wasn't even there. He was at the fight. I was looking for him. I wanted to talk to him. Did I say beat him up? I was going to be like, yo, what's wrong with you? What the fuck did I do to you? Why are you always talking about me? What's the matter with you? That's the conversation. You know what I would have gotten? The same conversation that 78 got me. Hey, well, yeah, ain't no beef. Yeah, KQKC, he told me that, he was going to be. I ain't never told that old crackhead I was going to do anything to anybody. He never came up. He never came up. Come on, man. Exactly, Jab Jamboree, but he's such a coward. He goes all the way back to Tampon, Florida, and says he put up some Tupac picture with him pointing up the west side and put a picture of me and 78 on it. I'm like, man, this nigga was in the city for 3 days. And he didn't even come to the fight. But he'll have 1,000 niggas in his chat. Rah, 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 F the LDBC, rah, rah, rah. He was in New York. All the major LDBC heads was there. I lived there. Blue lives there. BFTV came. Black was there. CC was there. The General was there. If you wanted to make a statement, you come and approach us. We was all there at the weigh-in. We was all there at the fight. Yeah, dang, I heard he say Bill set him up. No. You know what happened? I was literally at work. And my phone rang. I wasn't going to go to the weigh-in. My phone rang. And 78 said, you will never guess who's in the hotel, the same hotel with me. I said, who? He said, Malachi. I said, wait, who? Malachi Williams? He said, yeah. I said, damn. And then I snapped out of it. I said, wait a minute. He's here? I went to the window and said, yeah, I'm sick. I'm going home. Turned right back around, went home, changed, went straight to Brooklyn. Luckily, it was in between rush hour. I got to Brooklyn in 20 minutes. Parked up. I saw Blue Blood. I saw Clarence McClain. I saw Boxing Maniac. So Antonio Tarver, he was like, yo, what's up, big man? I was like, yo, what up? Saw Boots. I'm looking. I saw Marco. Yo, you saw Malachi Williams? No. Clarence was like, yo, he's live right now. Where? Look on his phone. He said, he's live. I'm looking, he's in a hotel room. I said, what is he? Exactly. He sure does look like Bow-Legged Lou from Full Force. I said, what's he doing in his hotel room? The festivities is here. Everyone's here. There go Gary Anton Russell. There go, ain't his man Rick Glasser? Rick Glasser standing right there next to Roy Jones. Why is he in his hotel room? Huh? I said, I know this nigga ain't a coward. I'll see him tomorrow. He didn't even come to the fight. He was not at the fight. If he was in disguise. Because in between every fight, I did a lap around the Barclays. It's one floor. You can go up to the different levels when you go inside. But I walked all around that bitch. Ask anybody. Ask Champside. Ask Marco. Every time I'm like, yo, I got up. I was like, I'll be back. And I walked around looking for him. He was not there. I didn't see him. So you came to New York not to go to the fight? But everybody in this chat, whenever he's talking about me or anybody in LDBC, that's trauma bonding. When the reality is that little nigga. Do you know when I first heard of him about 3 years ago, Trick Nolte was like, who's this dude calling you a midget? I said, I don't know. Who? And I saw a picture of this nigga posted up next to a damn car with an LDBC killer shirt on. I said, who's this? I said, I'm a midget. I said, is that car freakishly big? Because he don't look like he's even 6 feet tall, man. I hope he's like 7 feet tall. Whatever. And then I ran into somebody that said, oh, I met that guy. I said, oh, yeah? He said, yo, he calling you a midget? I said, yeah. He said, Drew, that nigga's like 5'5", 5'4". I said, oh, man, look. So there's a Napoleon complex there. I don't know the nigga, never said his name. I don't know what the LDBC did to him. I don't know what happened. And he's running around taunting us. So then when he gets a free ticket to go to the Haney Garcia fight, I was looking forward to meeting him. You came to New York to hide. Did you tell your audience that? No, he got on there and put on a big old cap for them. No. You were in the city. We were outside. You didn't meet any of us. You met the general. And then he lied and said, oh, he wanted to buy me a drink. No, that's not what happened. He told me what happened. And I believe him. You know why? Because you and I didn't meet. General said, all right, well, what's all this, da-da-da. Yo, I'm not saying nothing no more. And he completely threw KQKC under the bus. And then he told General, yo, look, man, ain't gonna be no more problems no more. I ain't saying y'all name. He said, all right, cool. Buy you a drink? Nah, I'm about to go do it. He's like, all right. Well, it's cool with Drew, whatever. He says, no, when you see Drew, it's a different animal. You got to get straight with him. Checked out the hotel and all that. I was like, yo. All right, I'll see him at the fight. Wasn't there. Facts. Facts. I was everywhere in that building. I did not see him. I walked all down by the ring and everything. Didn't see him. But his fan base wants to believe what he says. But no one's asking the real questions. Okay, you was in New York. We know they were there. We done posted videos, everything. You didn't see any of them? But you went to Marco's Comedy Club. Trauma bonding. The reality is, no one was in this chat saying, nigga, you lying. So you bet 78? You had him scared? Okay. Let's say you had him scared. You didn't see Drew. You talk about him a lot. You ain't see him? You ain't see him? No. They want to trauma bond. They want to say, okay, yeah, well, he said what he said and it is what it is. No. How the fuck you come to my city for a weekend and there's a whole event and I know I was there. I was outside and you and I didn't meet? That's trauma bonding. Here's what's real. And then he was calling me a midget. The reason why I brought that out, I ain't know this dude. Still don't know him. Never met him. For him to be calling me a midget when he's really, Bill is 5'9". 78 is 5'9". This nigga is like about 5'5", 5'4". He's a pipsqueak. You remember that term, pipsqueak? He's a pipsqueak. Why do you think he was calling me a midget? Character flaw. That little nigger needs therapy. And it dawned on him when he came to New York. He said, oh shit, it's real. I done saw 78 and he said what he said. I don't even want to talk to Drew. That's on him. Tampon, Florida. That dude is a clown. Eric Jordan in that super chat. He said the ninja saw got Malachi shitting in his boots. For Miguel.
¡Ay, Miguel! ¡Miguel!
Give power to my nigger sword!
That dude's a sucker. And after that, I don't understand how people still take anything he says serious. What makes y'all think if him and 78 had words and he put hands on 78, let's say he put hands on 78 and got his off. What makes you think? Let me not even go there. What do y'all think would have happened? Let's say he snuffed 78. What makes you think, bro? But they had a conversation and he was scared and him and I didn't meet? Does any of that make sense? None of it. Trauma bonding. And it makes perfect sense why him and Tim Bradley are cut from the same cloth. It makes perfect sense why he's running around sniffing up Rick Glass's ass. Everything makes sense. Motherfucker said, Tim Bradley said, along with a lot of knuckle draggers, they said the lawsuit against Ryan Garcia is soft from the Haneys. Okay. Just heard today from BFTB that Ryan Garcia is now suing Bill. For what? I'm not sure. I don't know what could you possibly. You could sue anybody, but whether you'll be successful, that's something else. Okay. Is anyone going to call Ryan soft? Are they going to justify it and say, hey, man, you know, Bill's suing so he could sue? I'm so disgusted with Tim Bradley, but it makes sense that he's cool with Coach Malakun because coons of a feather. You understand? Those coons are cut from the same fur. You understand? So it's all relevant what I'm saying. Trauma bonding versus therapy. Social media has accelerated trauma bonding. You see more trolls popping up just to listen to what you say so they can get pissed off and scream at you and dox you and everything else. Rather than saying, I don't like this guy, I don't like this girl, and I'm not listening to him or her ever again. Doing option 2, that's the normal way of handling things. Option 1, trolling, that's abnormal. There's something wrong with that person. Y'all do know that Malakun is a troll, right? Y'all do know that, right? Outlaw Pugilist. That's my son. I think I might have fucked his mom's, and he might be my son. Don't know him. Don't know why he's on my dick, but he's on it. There's something wrong with him. Y'all be amazed at the shit I ignore on here. Yeah, Night Train, because he a bitch. Outlaw Pugilist. These guys are bitches. I look like the alpha male that they want to be. Malachi's 5'5". He wish he could be 6'2". You can't teach that. I didn't ask to be 6'2". I just ended up like this. What the fuck? Little ugly nigga. He damn sure do look like bow-legged Lou from Full Force. I didn't even think of that. Hell yeah. Nappy-headed nigga. Fuck out of here. When you have a catalog of videos with another YouTuber's name in it, that's a sad state of affairs. You need therapy. When the most views you get is when you have my name in the title, you need therapy. You really need therapy. You need therapy. You need therapy. 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 That's what you need. When I talk about Tank Davis and why I don't like him, y'all know why. And I say 20% of it is boxing. The rest of it, Mark, what up? The rest of it is him as a human being, as a black man. And I'm not wrong on that. And as of late, I'm now going to say about 10% is boxing. 90% is him as a man. But that 10%, this shit he did, I never said I was going to fight Shakur and Devin. Get out of here, bro. Yes, you did. Now you're lying. Now you're lying. And all the cats that are capping for him, now y'all got to sit down and try and bend and twist what he said. Not so much to make him feel better. Look, he's a millionaire. But now you have to protect your own integrity because you've been capping for this guy the whole time. So now you have to fix what you got going on your channel. You see? But when you keep it 100% the whole time, and that's your track record, then it is what it is. You have to go where the facts take you. Which is why I could feel some way about Bud 1 minute. But then when this shit started happening with Al Heyman, did y'all not hear me say, hey man, yo, I gotta go back. Yo, Bud wasn't wrong about a lot of shit. Because look at where we at now. And speaking of Rick Glasser, I don't fuck with that guy. I don't need to talk to him. Because I know a lot of his opinions, especially what he said about the LDBCers, that's code for black fans, black fight fans. I don't care to talk to him. But as it turns out, a lot of shit he was saying about Al Heyman and how he runs business, he's right. That don't mean I want to talk to him. We ain't friends. But we're dealing with facts over feeling, like Blue Blood says, right? When you deal with logic and you can admit when you're at fault, I don't have anything to regret. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But when you're wrong and strong, that's a character flaw. I see a lot of that on YouTube, and that's why I don't have open panels. I don't want to be talking to niggas and arguing and shit. Yo, listen, man. What BFTB does, y'all heard him say this was therapeutic for him, right? Y'all do know that he's he saw combat. He wasn't just in the military, cooking food. He got shot at. He was like in a hole somewhere, and dude he's talking to 1 minute blows up the next. That's BFTB. Y'all know he saw combat, right? So when he gets on here cussing and screaming, y'all heard him say on numerous occasions, this is therapeutic for him, right? So I understand why he does what he does. Y'all did hear him say that, right? Here's my question. What the fuck is everyone else's excuse? Howard Roberson says, Gigger, you sound like a jaded bee. I don't know you, and this is how you handle that. Bang. Self high five. Don't know you. Don't know why you even pulled up here. Who are you? You joined YouTube in 2010. You have 3 subs, and your playlist consists of 1964 old music. Let's look at your playlist. Let's see who you are. You listen to Soulful Strut, The Zombies. Yeah, you have good taste in music. Oh, the Buckinghams, Kind of a Drag. Oh yeah, I know that song. So I like this. Okay, you're a man of a certain age. Okay. The Bee Gees, Lonely Days. Okay, you're a man of a certain age. The Animals, The House of the Rising Sun. That's my shit. There is a house in New Orleans, and they call the rising sun. And it's been the ruin of many a poor boy. And God, Howard Roberson is one. All right, you can get out my chat now, dude. I'm on here having a conversation with people that actually give a shit about what I have to say. I'm talking about human nature, and Howard Roberson proves my point. You see what I'm saying? Just watch. That's a character flaw. He doesn't know what we're talking about, or he's been here the whole time. And as soon as I says something that hits a nerve, what does he do? He trolls. Ta-da! Character flaw. You see? There's no need to get hype. Howard Roberson proved my point. But you have a good taste in music, Mr. Roberson. I think you're a man of a certain age. And if you're older than me, I'm 49 years old. If you're older than me, and you just did that, that is sad. I said something. Well, I'm asking, what was it that pissed you off? Was it the height thing? Was it the height thing? Or when I was talking about character flaws and, letting people air themselves out, I don't know which one was it. Jaded, I'm far from it. My life is great. But I'm just pointing out all the buffoons. Hey, Roberson, guess what? I have a 9-inch penis. And that's not for you. I'm saying that because I know your wife is probably sitting on the couch. Who you listening to? This guy. I'm 6'2", 220 with a 9-inch penis. I'm dead serious. I'm not saying that to turn you on. I'm saying that to let you know that everything about me is alpha. I have great genetics. So you pulled up here to do what exactly? I have a 6-pack too. Yeah. I'm that nigga in the magazine. Yeah. But don't worry. I drive a bus for a living. I make 6 figures. But whatever, right? Whatever, right? So if you can't participate in a positive manner, you will be removed like I removed you. 1 a.m, you talking about I'm jaded, but you're watching me. 10 years on YouTube, and you've done nothing constructive to add to any community, to share any part of your life that can influence somebody in a positive manner. By the way, that's what an influencer is supposed to be. Not just telling people shit that they want to hear. But I'm on here telling you I will share my life experience and how I do things and how I move and how I handle things. But I'm no therapist. I do lead by example. I get on here and I joke around a lot. I share my experience, and I'm not perfect. And, you know, I'm just a guy from the Bronx. That's all I am. I don't know how I've worked people's nerves to the point where they've doxed me, trolled me. But all of that shows an extreme character flaw and exposes you guys and some of you gals as weirdos. Weirdos. So those of you that want to be out loud about it, you'll get dealt with. And I love it. And I appreciate that, Cameron Fields. I appreciate that. Which is why this is very easy for me to deal with. Because I know what I'm dealing with. These are a bunch of grown-ass people trauma bonding when they really need therapy. And that's the show. And I'm glad Howard Robertson pulled up, because I don't know that man. He don't know me. He's been listening. He's surfing YouTube, right? Surfing YouTube, found me, did that, got bopped upside his head with a wrench, and right on cue, he's the type of person that we're talking about tonight. What makes you want to insult someone that you don't know? I sound jaded. What do the ladies say? You sound like you have a little penis. If y'all click on his name and go to his channel, it's some dude with a fucking Indian, feathered headdress on, wearing boxing gloves. I don't even know who the fuck that is. That looked like, I don't know who he looked like. I ain't even gonna, whatever. And he listens to 1960s music, so I'm assuming that's a guy with that's older than me. 1 a.m. in America on the East Coast, and he just got on here to try and insult someone who's contributing something positive to my supporters. Thank you for proving my point. And I hope you're not older than me. I hope you're just a young kid with an old soul for music. But it don't matter, because I ain't dealing with you.
The devil is a motherfucking liar. So you know I ain't worried. Biatch. Stupid bitch.
Salute to everybody in the Venmo, the Zelle, the Cash App. Man, much love and appreciation to all of y'all. Thank you so much. Let me check my Cash App. My future ex-wife, Tay Tay, in that Cash App, salute to you. Much love. And my brother, Paul Carrot. I appreciate you, good brother. Thank you so much. Love all you guys, man. I've had plenty of therapy, which is why I understand it, which is why I understand human nature. And I also have both parents in my life. Yeah. Man, salute to y'all. My Patreon will be up and running soon. And we're going to rock and roll into 2025. Oh, we're going to be brand new. It's going to be beautiful, man. Man, but salute to every last one of you guys. I appreciate y'all. And real recognizes real, doesn't it? Y'all take it gently. Much love.